I am a badass. My glass isn't half anything. I am a badass. My glass, yeah, it's fucking overflowing. I am a badass. My glass isn't half anything, no, not half anything. I am a badass. My glass, yeah, it's fucking overflowing. 'Cause I'm a badass. A motherfucking badass. A badass. I realized I always sing that song at the end of videos. Why not sing at the beginning? I was singing it before I hit play though, because I was doing the taking pictures of the various versions of me. And I have this face that I put on where I look, what's the word? Not prescribed, but almost in its own sense. But where I'm containing myself. And so I I don't know, I think the intention was to smile, a real smile in a photo that I'm taking of myself, and like the result that I saw, like feel like I can look at it and think, yeah, oh yeah, that's me. Yeah, that accurately reflects, rather than me always smiling for photos and wondering if it looks okay, like that's how I end up looking in photos when I smile for photos. So I was singing that in my head and then laughing at myself, and I don't even know if I got one that I liked or not, but it's easier for me to palette these videos. I've said I'm too dynamic for for photos as an explanation for why I generally haven't in the past liked them of myself. But I see more of me when I watch these back. They're easier to accept. For some reason, I find myself easier to accept when I can see all of everything wrapped up in my face, I guess, rather than just because I'm a lot more than this. And I am realizing, that I can, first step is seeing myself that way as more than my outside, even more than, what I would call my inside, but these characteristics that I use to define myself. Seeing that I'm more than even that, and that those are malleable and can and do change often, sometimes in the span of a few minutes or a few seconds. And that's something that I've been thinking about since last night. Well, it's probably not the first time I've thought about it, but received another excuse to think about it, another reason to think about it, when this person who, even my voice just changed right there, where I revert to middle school girl, this person, but that is, it's like butterflies and and it's so much more than physical. While this person is physically attractive, sure, it's like And yes, I realize that a lot of these things are stories that I've made up about this person, but also things that I sense, in observing people and observing myself, the parts of me that I see in this person. There's a lot going on underneath the surface, and I see that he's so appreciated so often for what's on the surface. And this is me projecting, but I can't help but wonder if he is bored of that and wants to be appreciated for more than that. I'm guessing that's a common human thing, and I hear that in the conversations that I have, but it seems especially strong in this one. And recognizing that, admiring whatever I see, what is it that I admire? The willingness to explore the more internally. And I admire the ability to share it outwardly. And that's not something that I've been able to really bring myself to do with this person yet. Not in the fullest capacity. Astrology and all that shit is what it is. But one thing that does accurately describe some of my behavior sometimes is the idea of the crab scuttling in and scuttling out. And that's what I've done with this person. I put myself out there for a second and then run away and retreat into my shell. Literally run away. Oh, I walked away quickly. And I still cringe a little bit thinking about this moment where I approached and expressed interest but did not leave any room for response, or I just couldn't in that moment. I'd done all that I can do. It took everything inside of me to walk up with this person and be vulnerable is what it boiled down to. But express an interest, open, let the walls down for just a moment. And then it was just whoop, whoop. And I was off again. And I can understand how that is strange to experience, to be on the receiving end of that and to maybe even have and then just be left. So anyway, all of this stuff that I have wrapped up in my imagination basically feeds into the weight or the weight, if I allow it to be that, but the intrigue factor of interactions. I gain a lot of awareness each time. A lot of thoughts are spurred, like the one today after this person walked by and I was ready to initiate and he was not ready to receive from me. It's that window closed and that's okay. And so, walked by with no acknowledgement, which I've done, which I do all the time without even realizing it. Just shut down. And how it can come off as ignoring, but it's usually more about me. Anyway, so it was fine that happened. And then the next appearance that this person made, an observation was made about being exactly in the same spot as when he saw me last. And I felt it, the jab that it was meant to be, and I stayed quiet and just looked and smiled because I knew it was a lot of things, judgment, but where it was coming from, that when people say things like that, they're usually when somebody's calling out the wrong in others. When I'm calling out the wrong in others, I'm usually calling out the wrong in me. And so in that instant, I saw that he's probably judging himself for being in the same place, for feeling stuck, for doing the same thing over and over and not getting out and trying something new or shaking it up a bit, you know. And so I saw all of that. And it hurt a little bit, but not, you know, but I was new. But yeah, so there was some like, oh, and there was some, all right. There was a lot of, all right, man. Well, and there was a lot of just like truth, which is that you have no idea what has happened in this past 15 minutes, like up here and in here and all these different, I like my son, my 4-year-old, I get bigger with every thought, you know, I have a lot of big thoughts and I grow with each one of them. And so then I have a lot of thoughts per minute. So in 15 minutes, I'm already a different person. So it was amusing, but it's got me thinking, which is what it is designed to do, whether consciously or unconsciously. So when I get down on myself, it's usually a result of that, of feeling like I'm in the same place that I was. God damn it. I haven't moved or grown at all, but that couldn't be farther from the truth. Even when I am like repeating a lot of patterns, even when I am walking some well-worn paths, there's still new things that I'm trying all the time. A ukulele, you know, picking it up and playing it, even if it doesn't sound good or like I think it should. Drums. Going new places, talking to new people, trying new things in terms of self-care, you know, just like asking myself, what do I need? Even giving myself space to remember to ask the question. That is me breaking patterns, me being somewhere new since you last saw me. And so there's no way for you to know that. I haven't told you. I can only put myself out there so many times before I stop. I might have 1 or 2 more times than me with this person. My heart says yes, do it. And not for it to like be anything other than the practice of me showing up and putting in effort in a way that I haven't really done, at least not to the extent that I would like to. So here goes nothing. I say that like I'm gonna get off here and do something about that in particular. What would I even do? I don't know. That's the thing. I've thought, I don't know. I'm going to tell myself some truths about who I am and think about what I want and then allow the inspiration to strike and follow it without fear or with fear, but saying fuck you. So we'll see how that goes. Oh, Pedro. You say hi, Pedro? All right.